Contact us to avail the combo offer of General Studies and Public Administration optional with 20% discount.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. We are discussing the previous year questions of UPSC Prelims examination, and today we are going to cover Indian economy. Okay, so let us see the topics that we are going to cover through questions today. Okay, so we are going to cover these topics one by one. We are going to take a question from the banking sector, then we are going to take another question from economic policies, and the third question will be based on National Food Security Mission, which is a socio-economic policy of the government of India. Then we are going to take a question from Basel Accords, and after then we are going to take questions from money supply. Okay, and these topics are part of the Indian economy syllabus of the prelims exam. So if we see the syllabus for Indian economy in prelims exam, the syllabus says economic and social development, sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographics, social sector initiatives, etc. Okay, so having understood the topics, now let us take the first question for the day. Okay, so this question was asked by UPSC in the year of 2012. Okay, so this question is with reference to the banking sector. Okay, this question is important from the banking sector. As you know that like UPSC asks most of the questions from Indian economy on this particular topic, which is banking sector. So this particular topic becomes very important for us, and it also becomes important to understand like what are the subtopics under the banking sector. So one of the subtopic is related to the Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India acts as the central bank of India. Okay, so it is the bankers bank for India, and this topic is precisely on the bankers bank topic. Okay, so let us read this question and then we will try to answer the question. Okay, so the question says the Reserve Bank of India acts as a bankers bank. This would imply which of the following? Okay, so they are giving an information that Reserve Bank of India is known as bankers bank, means Reserve Bank of India acts as a bank for other commercial banks. Okay, so what does this particular expression imply? Okay, they have given three statements. One of the statements says that other banks retain their deposits with the RBI. Definitely. Okay, so like as we are customers of bank, right, we deposit our money with the bank. Similarly, banks deposit their money with the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so statement 1 is correct. If we talk about the second statement, it says the Reserve Bank of India lends funds to the commercial banks in times of needs. Definitely. Okay, whenever commercial banks like State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, or let's consider ICICI Bank or any other bank, if they need money, they go to the Reserve Bank of India, and Reserve Bank of India lends money to these banks. Okay, it is done in similar way as like if we need some money, if we want to borrow money, we can go to banks. So banks go to the Reserve Bank of India if they need money. Okay, so statement 2 is also correct. If we talk about third statement, the Reserve Bank of India advises the commercial banks on monetary matters. Yes, this statement is also right. Why it is right? Because you might have heard about various monetary policy measures by the Reserve Bank of India. Sometimes the Reserve Bank of India reduces the monetary measures like liquidity rate or repo rate, or at the same time like it can cut down or it can increase these policy rates. So once the Reserve Bank of India reduces the policy rates, it advises the commercial bank so that they can also reduce the these rates for the customers, so that like money can flow easily to the final to the economy. So Reserve Bank of India also advises the commercial banks on monetary matters. So all these three statements are correct. It means like here we have to find out the correct answer. So correct answer for this question is option D, means all the three are correct with reference to Reserve Bank of India as a bankers bank. Okay, so having understood the first topic, now let us take another question for the day. Okay, this question was asked by UPSC in the year of 2017. Okay, this question is with reference to the economic policy of India. Okay, so economic policy or economic planning is a economic planning, okay, or economic policy is an important component of the Indian economy syllabus, okay. This topic is also equally important as the banking sector. Many a times UPSC asks question from this particular topic, okay. So as you know, like Indian economy has come up with a economic policy reform in the year of 1991, and that was one of the major policy reforms since independence, okay. And this question is with reference to that particular economic policy reform. Now let us read this question. It says, which of the following has or have occurred in India after its liberalization of economic policies in 1991, okay. So in 1991, what has happened? Indian economy was facing balance of payment crisis, okay. When Indian economy was facing balance of payment crisis, okay, it had to go to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund for help, okay, for monetary help. And the International Monetary Fund has put some put some conditions for India, that like you should bring some policy reform for your economy, only then we are going to lend you money, okay. So the government of India has has implemented this particular 1991 economic policy reform. This was known as new economic policy of 1991. And under this particular economic policy, the Indian economy has done three major reforms. One of the reform is known as liberalization. Okay. Second one is known as globalization. And third one is known as privatization. Okay. This is together is known as LPG reforms, okay. Liberalization, privatization and globalization, okay. So these three major components were there in the economic policy reform of 1991. So now let us read this question and let us try to understand the question to answer this particular question, okay. So question 2 says, which of the following has or have occurred in India after its liberalization of economic policies in 1991? Statement 1 says, share of agriculture in GDP increased enormously, okay. This statement is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because like if you know that like Indian economy, when the India became independent, the major sector for the Indian economy was agriculture. Agriculture was supporting huge number of population. So the proportion of agriculture in the overall GDP for Indian economy was very high, okay. As the economy grew, so different sectors in the Indian economy, like on one side manufacturing sector, services sector and other sectors, they emerged and they started playing their significant role in the Indian economy. And after the new economic policy of 1991, the Indian economy was liberalized, and now other sectors started playing more role. So the overall share of agriculture in the GDP has reduced to some extent, or it has been stagnant since since independence. And after new economic policy also the similar trend was seen. But other sectors like manufacturing sector and specifically the service sector has improved a lot, okay. So the share of agriculture in the GDP did not increase enormously after the new economic policy of 1991. So statement 1 is incorrect. If this statement is incorrect, we can eliminate option A, that has 1 as a statement. We can eliminate option D. D again has 1 as a statement. Here in this question, we have to find out the correct answer, okay. So now if we see the options, option B and C, option B has 2, 3 and 4, option C has 2 and 3. It means 2 and 3rd option, 2nd and 3rd are definitely correct. If they are correct, we only need to read the 4th statement to arrive at the answer, okay. So now let us read the 4th statement. It says India's foreign exchange reserves increased enormously. Yeah, definitely India's foreign exchange reserve has increased, okay. Earlier, like if we talk about 1991, there we faced balance of payment crisis. So like we were facing crisis in the foreign exchange reserve. The foreign exchange was not sufficient enough for Indian economy to to sustain its import for more than 15 days. But now if we talk about India's foreign exchange reserve, it has increased enormously. Now we are self-sufficient economy, and our balance of payment is really good, okay, as compared to 1991. So fourth statement is correct. It means correct answer for this question is option B. Okay, option B is the right answer. Now let us read second and third also, okay, because these two are right statements. Share of India's exports in the world trade increased, okay, definitely, okay. Why share of India's exports in the world trade increased? Because like Indian economy has liberalized. Liberalized means after liberalization, the foreign direct investment in India has increased, okay. So like people have started investing in Indian economy, okay. So outside inflow has been seen, okay. Then FDI inflow also increased. So definitely both these statements are interconnected, okay. These are because of liberalization and globalization, okay. So that's why correct answer is option B. So having understood this question, let us now take the next question for the day. Okay, so this question was asked by UPSC in the year of 2010, okay, in Indian economy topic. So this question is important under economic and social reforms, okay. So how the government of India brings economic and social reform? By bringing some kind of policy measures, okay. So this question is with reference to one such a specific policy measure. What was that policy? The policy is about National Food Security Mission, okay. The policy is about National Food Security Mission. Now here in this particular question, up to this particular point, everything is talking about the objective of the National Food Security Mission. Means like here they have discussed like what is one of the objective of National Food Security Mission, and after then they are asking about what are the crops that are covered under the National Food Security Mission. We have to identify the crops over here, okay. So now let me read this statement for you so that like you can also read along with me, okay. So question number 3, it says an objective of the National Food Security Mission is to increase the production of certain crops through area expansion and productivity enhancement in a sustainable manner in the identified districts of the country, okay. So what are those crops? Okay, crops are option A says rice and wheat only, okay. Rice and wheat are there, but like these are not the only crops that are covered under National Food Security Mission, okay. B option says rice, wheat and pulses only. Yeah, definitely, okay. Only rice, wheat and pulses are covered under National Food Security Mission. C option says rice, wheat, pulses and oil seeds. Oil seeds are not covered, okay. Option D says rice, wheat, pulses, oil seeds and vegetables. Vegetables and oil seeds are also not covered, okay. So correct answer for this question is option B, which is rice, wheat and pulses only, okay. So having understood the question number 3, now let us take another question for the day. This question was asked by UPSC in the year of 2015, okay, 2015, okay. So let us read this question. Basel III Accords or simply Basel III, often seen in the news, seeks to, okay. So you might have heard about Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, okay. BCBS, Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, okay. So this is a kind of international committee where the members of this particular committee are governors of central banks of member countries, okay. So India is a member country of Basel Committee for Banking Supervision, and the governor of the Reserve Bank of India is a member of this particular committee, okay. And why this particular committee was like brought in picture? Because like they wanted to take such measures so that the economy of the member countries can be stabilized, so that they can eliminate those risks that can put the banking sector or the economy into turmoil, okay. So that we can manage the risk before something unprecedented happens to an economy, okay, so that the economies can be stabilized, okay. So what has happened after the global financial crisis in the year of 2007 to 2009, okay, 2007 to 2009 the world has seen global financial crisis, and this particular crisis started after the collapse of the Lehman Brothers, and it was because of subprime lending. Okay, this particular issue happened because of subprime lending, okay, by Lehman Brothers. So Lehman Brothers was one of the one of the banking like part of the one of the banking sector in United States of America. So they have started this particular Lehman Brothers has collapsed, and after then it had ripple effect for the world. Okay, so many countries faced financial crisis because of the collapse of the Lehman Brothers, and in Indian economy also recently. Okay, PLFS. Okay, so there was, okay, there was one specific this particular NBFC, this is known as non-banking financial company. Okay, so in India also this PLFS has collapsed. Collapse means like it was not able to repay its debt on a timely basis, it was not able to serve its interest. Okay, so it has collapsed in India, but this did not trigger huge financial crisis. Why? Because Reserve Bank of India has taken multiple measures so that the banking sector can be stabilized. So that's why this particular topic, like Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, is associated with the banking sector, so that the banking sector can be brought into stability. So there are 4 options given to us. Okay, you can read all these options just by pausing the video. The correct answer for this question is option B, which says improve banking sector's ability to deal with financial and economic stress and improve risk management. Okay, so correct answer for this question is option B, which says improve banking sector's ability to deal with financial and economic stress and improve risk management. Okay, so now with this, now let us take the next question for the day. This question is also very important. Why it is important? Because this topic is also associated with banking and money. Okay, this question is associated with banking and money. Okay, so banking, as I already said, that banking is an important sector from where UPSC asks questions every year, okay, in the prelims exam. So it is very important for us to understand what type of questions UPSC is asking, so that like you can prepare accordingly. Okay, so that like you do not miss questions from these issues which are being frequently asked by UPSC. Okay, you should prepare smartly, read only those topics which are more important first. Okay, if the time permits, start reading less relevant topics as well. But when you have limited time, you should focus on reading only those areas that are more important for the exam. Okay, so let us read this question. It says consider the following liquid assets. Okay, what do we mean by liquid assets? Liquid assets are those assets that can be converted into money, into cash, very easy. Okay, that can be converted easily. Okay, so those assets that can be converted into money easily are known as liquid assets. Okay, so they have given 4 statements. These all are liquid assets. Okay, like demand deposits with bank, time deposits with bank, saving deposits with the banks, and currency. Okay, so they are asking the correct sequence of these assets in decreasing order of liquidity. Okay, liquidity means the money, the asset that can be converted into cash very easily. Okay, that is liquidity. So which of them can be converted easily into cash? Okay, so we have to put that thing into first. Okay, then we have to arrange them in decreasing order. Okay, currency means cash. Okay, so if you have money, so that is already in cash format, so you do not need it to be converted. Okay, so this is the most liquid one. So fourth will come first. Okay, fourth will come first because this is an asset that is having highest liquidity. After then, if we talk about demand deposits with banks, okay, demand deposit is an account that you open with a bank, and where like you can withdraw the money anytime without giving any prior notice to the bank. That is known as demand deposit. So demand deposit has little less liquidity as compared to currency, because currency is already in the cash format. So after 4 will come 1. Then if we talk about saving deposits with banks, okay, so like you also have savings account with the bank. You can anytime go to the bank in the working hours and you can, withdraw your money from the bank. So that is savings account. So it is relatively, less liquid as compared to demand deposit. And after then, if I talk about time deposits with bank, so time deposits means these are fixed account. People open their bank account with the banks. They are also known as fixed account or term deposits. So in these accounts, you are depositing your money for a fixed term. Let's consider 3 years, 5 years or 10 years. So during this particular time, you are not going to withdraw your money. So like you have lesser liquidity in that particular, account. Okay. So that's why the time deposit will come. Okay. Time deposit will come at last. Okay. Time deposit will come at last. So the decreasing order of liquidity should have 4, 1, 3 and 2. 4, 1, 3 and 2. So which is that option? 4, 1, 3 and 2. So D is the right answer for this question. Okay. To answer this particular question, you should read about monetary measures. Okay. Monetary measures, like if you read the NCERT book of 12th standard related to, Indian economy, there like you will come across a chapter where like you will read about, monetary measures like M0, M1, M2, M3, etc. Okay. So these are known as, this is known as, these are monetary measures. So M1 is known as narrow money. So once you read this particular chapter in NCERT book of 12th standard, you will be able to answer this question easily. Okay. So with this, we have finished, discussing all the questions for the day. Okay. So with this, we have come to an end of today's discussion. Thank you so much everyone for attending this session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.
Contact us to avail the combo offer of General Studies and Public Administration optional with 20% discount.